let's dive deep into this one. Canibus and C of Tranquility. It's not your typical hip-hop album. Canibus is known for, like, super intricate wordplay and complex concepts. And this album, oh, man, this album's a prime example.
It really
We're
is.
going to be breaking down tracks
Yeah.
like Captain Cold Crush, Salute, and Sea Scrolls, among others, uncovering layers of meaning, societal critiques, self-reflection, you name it.
You know, it's incredible how Canibus blends like complex scientific ideas and philosophical concepts into his music. He doesn't want you to just bob your head. He wants you to like think, engage with the lyrics on a whole nother level.
Yeah, he's a master of metaphor, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump into Captain Cold Crush. Right
Sure.
from the start, you get this aggressive, almost violent imagery. Grab your tongue, shout, rip it out, then shove it back in your mouth.
Wow.
Intense, right? But there's a purpose behind that aggression.
Oh, absolutely. Canibus is taking aim at the music industry here, frustrated with the focus on style over substance, like he says. This radio programming we listened to got too many elements missing. Lyricism and wisdom got overshadowed by the singing and blinging.
It's a powerful critique. Makes you think, how much has really changed? Is lyrical skill still valued today? It's something to consider for sure. But let's move on to Salute. This track showcases Canibus's intellectual side. References to ice core data, wave theory. He even mentions the Elohim Lord Lizard King.
He's not afraid to use complex vocabulary. It's like he's pushing the boundaries of what hip-hop lyrics can be.
Yeah, he's not your typical rapper. And then there's the acronym SALUTE, which stands for Size, Activity, Location, Unit, Time, and Equipment.
Right.
A military term, which adds another dimension to the song.
It highlights his strategic approach. Every element carefully chosen, intentional, like he's building this intricate puzzle with words.
I love that analogy. Sea Scrolls takes a more personal turn. Canibus explores his struggles, reflects on his career. There's a vulnerability in lines like, I do this to atone for my sins, but I am punished for the tone of my skin.
Yeah, it's a contrast to Captain Cold Crush, but equally compelling.
Yeah,
You see the human side of Canibus, wrestling with emotions, societal pressures.
absolutely. And then this line, the Sea of Tranquility. The sea means light. The light means space. My DNA strain is my base. What do you think he's getting at there?
It's open to interpretation, but maybe talking about his place in the universe, you know, his unique perspective, shaped by his experiences, his DNA, an invitation for us to think about our own origins and how they influence our worldview.
I like that. It's definitely thought-provoking.
Yeah, it really makes you think, huh?
It does. It does. And speaking of thought-provoking, let's get into Merchant of Metaphors. It's like a blend of science fiction, fantasy, social commentary, all rolled into one.
How do I say that?
Jetpacks, lunar outposts, even like cryptic messages about the fate of hip-hop.
He creates this really intricate narrative,
Yeah.
entertaining and thought-provoking.
For sure.
He's exploring these deeper truths, right, about the music industry and the forces behind it.
Yeah, and it's like he's built his own world where he can comment on real issues through like allegory and metaphor. That line, though, you cannot save hip-hop. Chilling, right?
It is. It is. Open to interpretation, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
But maybe a statement of despair, acknowledging the challenges that artists face, you know, the ones who prioritize lyrical skill over trends. Or maybe it's a challenge, like a call to action for a new generation of rappers to reclaim the art form.
Right. He makes you think, he makes you debate. That's what makes him brilliant. Doesn't give you easy answers. And then we get to Lunar Deluge, maybe the most mind-bending track on the album. He digs into it like existential questions.
Yeah.
You know, about reality, consciousness, the limits of human perception.
Heady stuff, for sure, but presented so poetically. Like, human beings need special specs provided by special request to see the spectacular special effects, suggesting there's more to reality than we see. A deeper truth we need to open our minds to.
Oh, totally. Challenging us to question everything, look beyond the surface, right?
Yeah.
Seek a more profound understanding of the universe, our place in it.
And he does all this while still showcasing incredible lyrical skill. We've talked metaphors, complex concepts, but his rhyme schemes, his rhythms, pure mastery.
Oh, yeah. Canibus is a true wordsmith, crafting these intricate patterns.
That demand your full attention.
Absolutely. We're going to explore that more in the next part of our deep dive. Break down some of the specific techniques he uses to achieve that dense, layered style. Okay, so we're back and ready to break down Canibus's lyrical flow. We've talked about the concepts, the metaphors, but how does he actually construct those rhymes and rhythms?
Well, he's a master at manipulating language on multiple levels. It's not just rhyming words at the end of lines. He's weaving in, like, internal rhymes, multisyllabic rhymes, even slant rhymes. It's dense, layered, can be overwhelming at first.
Yeah, like a sonic puzzle. Can you give us an example from the album?
Sure, take the verse from Captain Cold Crush. I'm the beast from the east, picking meat out my teeth. And as soon as the beats stop, I forget how to speak. I release a better rhyme 7 times a week. To beat me, you gotta be better than my last release.
Okay, wow.
Notice the assonance, repetition of vowel sounds, like the E in beast, east, meat, and teeth. It creates this sonic unity.
And those internal rhymes. Beat, stop, speak, release.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a verbal labyrinth.
Exactly, and then he layers in the multisyllabic rhymes. Release, repeated, but with different meanings each time, adding more complexity, you know?
It's not just clever, it's adding those layers of meaning. He's like a verbal acrobat, bending and twisting words.
Right, and there's a musicality to it, too. Canibus is a master of rhythm and cadence. He can shift his flow so effortlessly, speeding up, slowing down, accenting certain syllables.
Creating that syncopation.
Keeps you on your toes.
That's like his voice is another instrument, you know? Weaving in and out of the beat.
Absolutely.
And we can't forget the power of his voice itself. Deep, resonant, almost otherworldly.
Yeah, it adds to the impact.
Commands your attention.
Yeah.
It's been quite a journey, exploring C of Tranquility, its meaning, the social commentary, the philosophical depth, and of course the technical brilliance.
It's definitely a challenging album, requires your full attention,
But the rewards are there.
if you're willing to put in the effort.
It's an album that stays with you, makes you think critically, question your assumptions.
Explore the depths of your own mind.
And that's the mark of a true artist, right?
Absolutely. Canibus elevates hip-hop, shows us its potential to be more than just beats and rhymes.
So much more.
He inspires us to push boundaries, delve deeper into the human experience.
Revisit C of Tranquility with a fresh perspective. Consider the complexities of his message, the mastery of his craft. It's an album that begs to be revisited, each listen revealing new layers. Until next time, keep exploring and keep diving deep.